Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. Happy Monday, I hope your weekend was good. I'm answering questions from the last video. I do this every single Monday, Q&A Mondays. You have a question, I encourage you, please ask me anything you want down below in the comment section, but come back next video, next Monday, and let me know what you think of my answer, if I understood your question, if you understand my answer, if there's more to it, keep asking me. Okay, just make sure, everybody, that it's on the last Q&A video, not one I did a year ago or some other video. Okay, still seems to be a problem. And all I ask for from you guys, if you please would, leave us your locations. Can you guys do that, please? Can you let us know where you are? Even if just to acknowledge it and say planet Earth. I don't want addresses, but people like it. Maybe not you, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people do. I do. Kind of just brings us together in the world. Let us know that we're not alone. It's not just you, where you live, your city, your country. A lot of people think things like that. And it just kind of connects us a little bit. I appreciate it if you could do that. Thank you. Also, I encourage all of you, please, to consider. And if you haven't already and you've heard me say this and you won't sign it, please let me know why. I made a petition over a year ago. It's to stop online narcissistic bullying. I'm going to dive a lot more into this in this video because of some of the comments and questions I've had. But please, it's global. And all you have to do is sign it. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to get emails. You don't have to get bothered. None of it. Just sign it. Everyone in the world. If you believe that, or if you're against bullying people. And I'm going to dive more into that, like I said. I got my first donation last week. And I thanked Christy for it. And I've had 3 more because of it. Amazing. You guys are great. A lot of you know that I don't make money doing this. I don't even monetize my channel, so you guys don't even have to watch commercials. I want to be genuine. I want you guys to know that I'm just relaying this information. If it will help someone, it will feel good to me. And so I want to thank Dio, Lisa, and Jessica, and everyone who's ever contributed to this channel by giving your hard-earned money. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I can't explain enough how grateful I am, and it's just such a kind gesture from, you know, someone I don't know to someone you don't know. You obviously appreciate what I do, and you want to support the message I'm trying to spread. I encourage all of you to please support what I'm doing. If you like it, you can support in other ways besides paying. I don't expect anybody to pay or give me money, please. I don't ask for it. I'm just grateful when someone does. Thank you. But you can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can comment. You can share the video. Things like this. I really appreciate that. And you can do that for other people who do similar things. If you like their message, support them. Okay? That's kind of how it works today. We don't get sponsors and commercials. Well, some people do. I won't do that. But yeah, I appreciate your support, everyone. Just even commenting, things like that. Thank you. Okay, so here's the questions. Let's get started. William, I don't know where you're from. You didn't state. Please leave us your locations. I'm going to try to remember to say this for every question. And hopefully you guys can remember to leave it. Thanks for the response, David. I think you hit the nail on the head. Thank you. I compromised parts of the person I was and chose to try and love and support another person more than I love myself. Uh-oh. I neglected myself to try to make my ex feel better all the time, and I have been paying for it since. But like you said, I need to forgive myself and continue to learn from my mistakes and move forward. In all honesty, I have noticed a significant amount of personal growth and healing in the last month, which is encouraging. Good. Good job, William. Know why. Yeah. And keep doing that, huh? I hope I can continue to move forward and get back to finding my identity and love for myself again. I do believe healthy relationships can make a person more fulfilled in life. It's most important. Most. What's the point of life if you're all by yourself on this planet? Yeah. And relationships can make a person more fulfilled in life. And I don't think it's a bad thing to desire that. But I do need to, we all do. It's in our brain, ingrained. But I do need to work on being more content on my own until that comes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Build that relationship with yourself. Make it stronger. I like it, William. And, you know, if we're recovering from emotionally traumatic relationships that consisted of abuse and neglect, may not be able to do it all by ourselves, okay? And I see a lot of people try to do that, and it can be more damaging. We're all here to help each other, so don't be afraid to ask for some help, William. You'll at least get better, maybe better and faster results. And our bishop, I don't know where you're from. Please, everybody, please give us your locations and tell us where you are if you'd like to ask a question, or just stop in and say, hey, so-and-so from Norway. Thank you. So our bishop says, hope you are doing well, David. I'm doing it pretty good. How are you doing it? I'm still watching. You're always putting out helpful content. Thank you very much. I'm naturally introverted. I think we all are. Not humans. Us. But trying to figure out how to stop self-isolating. I'm sure it probably isn't good, but I can't summon any desire to be social. I have lots of activities and hobbies, never bored. After divorce, dated a sociopath and someone who seems possibly schizoid. I don't know, my faith and trust is just gone. I understand. You don't have to do anything. We'll just wait till you want to, huh? Think about that, okay? You don't have to. Alleviate all the pressure. You like being by yourself? Great. Maybe someday you'll want someone in your life. We have all kinds of different relationships, guys. Okay? Not just with our loved ones or our family and our friends, but we have relationships with people at work. And we have relationships with people outside of our personal life in maybe social groups, circles, teams, organizations, stuff like this. Maybe start there, but I recommend starting with friends first. A friend. Let's start small. Okay? If and when you want to, we just got to push ourselves a little bit. Our brains get real comfortable where we are. We build our nest anywhere we can, right? A homeless person, build it right behind the dumpster. And they don't want to move. They want to stay just like that. You guys ever tried to help a homeless person get off the streets and give them a work and stuff? It's kind of weird, but they don't tend to want to do it. They get too comfortable in their box. Sounds funny, but I've seen it. So, if you have a goal where you'd like some, relationships and people in your life, we just push ourselves. Maybe join some, or just go out once a week to somewhere, some kind of class or something that you're interested in, learning something, being around people more. You get used to it more, and then your brain will like it and want it more if that's what you do for a while. One thing that might help is just to go out in public in a social setting and tell yourself you don't have to engage. Okay? Whether it be a coffee shop, or a restaurant, or a library, or a bookstore, something like this. Take some work, read a book, something on your phone, and be in that kind of social setting for a while. Alleviates, any kind of pressure or demands. You're not going to do anything. If someone says hi to you, say hi back. But that's all you're going to do, and you're going to get more comfortable in these kinds of settings. That seems to help people. Thank you. Let us know where you are next time. Hi, David. Healing family from California. Hello, all of you. Slowly feeling better. Long road ahead of us, but we will get there. Then you will. That's how it works. I want to thank Christy, the lady that made the donation to your channel last week, like you mentioned. I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart, and anyone else who has donated. I hope you see this, Christy. I wish I could donate, but sadly was discarded and left with my 2 small kiddos to take care for and provide for them on my own. I only work part-time and care for my senior mom as well. Oh, jeez. I had to go on medical for insurance, and it's been a tough road to provide for my family. David, if I could, I would donate and hire you because you have been the foundation of our healing. This means a lot to me when I hear people donate. So thank you, Christy, and to all that have donated. It makes a difference in people's lives. Thank you, David. Best online coach here. Quick question. When the BPD split disappear, do you think that they think splitting, discarding is a normal thing to do to people? Or do you think that they feel somewhat bad for doing it and that their actions of splitting is not normal? Thank you. First, I'll answer your question. My opinion, and here we go with borderlines, right? I'm going to have 10 of you telling me, I'd never do that. Stop saying I do that. Stop talking about me. Most borderlines aren't aware of who they are. They aren't aware of what they're doing, and they aren't aware of how it affects other people. They live by a different group of standards than most of us. They think it's perfectly okay. Matter of fact, they think it's a good thing to protect themselves. They may perceive abandonment in your affect, in your voice, in your actions, decisions, choices, going to work. And this perceived abandonment will make them hypervigilant, defend themselves, and they might just leave first out of nowhere. And if they leave you, they have reasons that may have nothing to do with you. It may not be accurate, true at all. But if they believe you're going to hurt them, abuse them, neglect them, leave them, and they do it first, they think they did a great thing. A great thing. Okay? I mean, most borderlines that abuse people don't feel that bad about it like you would. You're more conscious of it. The more that we lie, so if I value honesty, I plant that honesty value into the ground, and I never move it out of the way for anyone. Because when I do, and I lied to my boss about being late for work and tell him some BS like my car broke down when I just slept in, was late. Once I do that, it's easier to lie to him tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Matter of fact, it becomes easier to lie to you and to everybody. And it just becomes easier and easier and easier until you're like a sociopath that has no conscience, moral at all. It doesn't bother them to lie at all. And it's hard to tell when they're lying because it doesn't bother them. For most of us, it makes us nervous to lie. Our heart will start speeding up. Our breathing will get more shallow. And these are things that we can measure on a lie detector test. Lie detector tests don't measure lies. They measure the normal, neurotypical, someone used, response to lying for someone who believes lying is wrong. But a borderline who spends their entire life lying doesn't have that response. A sociopath definitely doesn't. Can't measure it. So you lie right to your face. Look just like they're telling the truth. Right? And then you have delusional thinking, like a histrionic or borderline. It tells you something happened that never happened, but they truly believe it. They're called the believable victim. So no, I don't think that they feel that bad. I think they are victim status. So 1 + 1 + 1 +, it doesn't matter how many you add up or multiply or divide. The common denominator is, I'm a victim. You're the bad guy. And however I have to spin that in my head, I'll do that if I'm borderline. And it'll fit and make me feel better about protecting myself. Not so much care about how it made you feel. Who cares? Make sense? You said it'd be great to, how did you word it? You wish you could donate. David, if I could, I would donate. You've been the foundation. I can't find it now. Jeez, where was it? I can't find it. Amazing. But you said you like to talk. If you'd like to talk to me sometime, I'll do that for you for free. Okay? I understand finances. And all of you, everyone out there, I understand these experiences, whether it's family or friends or loved ones that abused us and neglected us. They made us lose a part of ourselves. We may have lost our jobs. May have lost our homes. We may have lost all our savings. We may be massively in debt. So I get it. When I really needed, there was a time where I really needed help. There was one other time I was able to afford it and I got it, but another time, I read it twice in my life, I couldn't afford it. And I was suffering, you know, and I get it. If you can't afford it, I get it. I try to make my prices reasonable, and I work with people a lot. So if you'd like to talk sometime, just message me on my website, daviddenmars.com, okay? Love to hear from you. And thank you for thanking everybody that's helped me financially. Thank you. Hopefully I hear from you. Rory from Ohio, where we can have 4 seasons in one day. Hi, Rory. I would like to comment on the children committing suicide. A 10-year-old precious boy, Sammy Tush, and a 12-year-old precious girl, Flora Martinez. I too had to step away for a few minutes after reading about these children committing suicide. I'm using their names to go with their stories to let people know this is real. My heart aches for the families, and I'm pained, but nothing like what these parents are feeling. No, right? I've never had children, but I don't think we have to understand just a little bit of what it'd be like to losing them. I told you guys in my video reading these stories again. I cried last week, and it's been a very long time since I've cried. It's just so sad. And they did all that they could, the parents. I feel the schools are covering their own asses by saying there was not a formal complaint made, when all along the parents were contacting them over and over. Yes, they were. They were contacting them over and over again. They do have the proof of this, and the schools are lying. Absolutely. They did nothing about it, and once the child was dead, they're just covering their own ass. That's right. I would have resigned. Yeah. The school probably didn't inform them that there was a formal complaint that they could file. The parents would have it all on their phones each time they called the school, so the schools can say whatever they want. But the parents have that evidence of them calling the school repeatedly. Yeah, they do. The bullies and their parents need to be held accountable. That's the problem. It's too bad that schools won't do something about it, stuff like this. But it's not the poor 10-year-old who took his life's fault. And it's not that child's parents' fault. It's the fault of the person doing it. And it's children. It's their fault. It's the children's fault that does it. And if we can't hold the child accountable, then we will hold the parents accountable. Period. I just can't understand the argument against this. Please help me understand. Anyone have a legit argument, or just any argument. I've just heard the most disgusting responses to this. I want to watch it again and take notes, LOL. I had some preliminary root canal work done today, and the Novocaine is really hanging on. I'm sorry, Robbie. Thanks again, David. I enjoy the rest of your evening. It's nice to see the channel growing. Thank you, Rory. Thanks for helping it grow. Jenny from Florida. Yeah, Jenny from Florida. Says where she's from. Wow, David, it's Jenny from Florida. LOL, you are wearing a TED shirt. I think you mean red. Unless you're like TED Talk shirt or something. I don't know. Would you please make some more videos regarding toxic families, mothers, and siblings? And after your abusive relationship, have you ever been able to get into a committed relationship again? Absolutely. I've never had a fear of getting into relationships. My problem is not trusting people. My problem is trusting the wrong people. Over trusting everyone. Jumping right in with everybody. Yes, I want 100 friends. Yes, yes, yes to everybody. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll tell you everything about me. So, on the contrary now, I'm safer and I take longer and I'm more wary and aware of who I am and what I want and things like this. If that helps you understand. And of course, I'll make any videos you want, any videos you guys ask me to make, I try to make. And instead of being general, why don't you be something specific? Help me. Yeah? Why don't you help me, Jenny? And make up a scenario of a video. Because I've made videos. Like you said, you're just asking me to make more. I've made videos specific about mothers and daughters and sibling abuse and stuff like this. So why don't you just ask me something more specific and help me out? I have almost 1,300 videos, so I need a little help sometimes with content. Okay? So this is your opportunity for me to give you more specific help in this area that you're asking for. Thank you, Jenny. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. I just received a call. I was informed they are calling hospice for my ex-narcissist. I really don't know how to handle this. I'm trying so hard to hate this man. Remember all the bad things he did to me, but it's not working. This is so hard because I still love him. I'm really sorry, Victoria. I'm sorry. It's one thing when we hate someone, but it's another when we're trying to. Do you really want hate in your body, in your heart, in your life? Why don't you just use compassion, not pity? Understand this human being and grieve your loss. And all you have to do is make yourself feel better, Victoria. Okay? Reach out to somebody. You said it here. Why don't you tell someone in your life? Okay? And just make yourself feel better and grieve this loss. But this person isn't in your life anymore. I don't know how you heard this. Maybe you can inform this person to stop informing you about that person. What do you think? You said you still love him. Do you love all of him? Do you love just one little part of him? Is that love? Do you love all of it, all the good and the bad? Because I do. When I love someone, the people I love in my life, I love all of them. I love the good and the bad, the pretty and the ugly. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, shortcomings, faults, all of it. It's them. Do you love everything about this person? Or is there some part you're saying you love? Is that love? Can I just love just this little part about you? I love you, but just this part. Not everything else. But I love you. I don't know. I think that's kind of like what dating is for. We find out things we like and don't like about people, yeah? What we can accept and what we can't accept. You obviously can't accept this person in your life. Why do you love them? Does that make sense, Victoria? You don't have to list it. It can be rhetorical. Think about that, though. Believe me, the people I love, sometimes I don't like them. And there are some things about them sometimes I don't like or care for. But I love them. I love them and I don't want them to change at all. Then it wouldn't be them. Okay? I'm sorry about your loss, Victoria. You don't have to do anything. Okay? I suggest make yourself feel better. Express this. Feel sad like crying, cry. Tell somebody how it feels. Okay? And maybe you don't want to hear these things anymore. Maybe you can stop that somehow. Big Dave from Tennessee. Hi, Big Dave. Question on people who have been gaslit for a long period of time. How do people heal? Or what is the healing process for these people? It seems to push people into a constant crisis mode. And I'm asking this about someone who has already left this toxic relationship. It seems like she tends to lock up or freeze when she is in a situation where she should confront a person who is saying something inappropriate or just plain wrong. Well, that needs to be worked on, right? How to have better boundaries is what you're explaining there. As far as past, it's all part of the healing process. When people come to me, and some don't need to spend as much time on these experiences specifically, more on a whole. But I've spent a long time with some people unraveling all the bullshit that they were told for years and believed. And we just do it. We just unravel it. Slowly, one experience at a time. Writing and talking are the best forms of expression. So if you could write it down and then read it to me and tell me, and then I help you explain and find the facts, that can really help. Helps self-doubt. Helps raise our self-worth, shame, guilt. That's how. But you have a two-parter here. You have your past and today. The past needs to be figured out, resolved. Any emotions tied to this, confusion, we make sense of it, we express it, we close them. And today we learn how to have better boundaries. And dealing with our past will help us have better boundaries today. Because when our memories are emotionally significant, and so our bad memories means bad emotions, and we try to push them away and get further from them, but we can't. They're here. We can't run from ourselves. And so therapy about past, any kind of talk therapy with any kind of professional about the past, we talk about the past. And we hope by talking about it and opening it back up that these emotions that are tied to it, we feel again, they're more present, and now we express them, now we're validated, now we close them, okay? And now we have memories still, but they're not emotionally significant anymore. And it helps us have better boundaries today. We raised our self-worth, and that's what boundaries are, a measure of our self-worth. And we're better in tune with how we feel instead of ignoring it. And if we know how we feel, that's what boundaries start. My comfort zone. I feel like we're going too fast. I feel like you're too distant. Come here. I feel like you're rushing me. I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about this. And we have to have higher self-worth and be more aware and tuned with how we feel. But by ignoring our past, it makes that worse. Do you see that? Let me know what you think, Dave. Okay? Thanks for your question. Good to see you again. Rose from the United Kingdom. Hi, Rose. Thank you. I do listen. Then take a while to answer, to think. Makes me sad when you said that. I know. I'm not trying to control. I got upset today. his talking to his half-brother on the phone about me having my dad's property in a will. I got emotional. I am sensitive. But he told me to not be so dramatic and let him sort it out. Said I should lighten up. It's got nothing to do with you. He said, but it does. It's my dad's last wish. Oh, Rose. I hope that before you die, you're sick of being abused and have had enough someday and don't want it anymore and willing to make it stop. So your husband doesn't give a shit who you are. Big part of who we are is how we feel, right? I mean, can we agree on that? I can't love you unless I at least care about how you feel, right? Give a shit? Yeah. So you express how we feel and he says, don't feel that way, or at least just shut up. Don't be so dramatic. Keep it inside, okay, Rose? I don't care. Shut up. And your money and your property given to you by your dead father is none of your business. It's so sad to hear this every week, Rose. You're being exploited, you're being neglected, and you're being abused. And it's been so long now, we doubt ourselves, we have anxiety and depression. And we can't concentrate, our memory, our focus, our attention span are poor. Our self-worth is so low, it's hard to stand up for ourselves. We try to get through day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. And so we just do what we can to survive. Why don't you talk to a lawyer? Or you're in the United Kingdom, what, God, I want to say a sponsor. I can't remember what they're called. United Kingdom, sorry. I do know, I just can't remember. You know, Rose, when you talk to someone, a legal person about this matter, and not let your husband do this to you again about your dad's property in a will. It's none of his business, if anyone, okay? I'm so sorry, Rose. I wish I could do it for you, but I can't. No one can. It has to come from you. Only you can care for yourself, and only you can protect yourself. If you need help, hire someone. That's it. It's there for you, okay? It'd be a sad thing to regret for the rest of your life, that you laid down and just let your husband do this to you again over this. If you don't care, fine. Let him. Seems like you care, Rose. Okay? I'm sorry, Rose. You have every right to ask questions, to take control over this, to step in, take charge, if you want to. Okay? Anna from Croatia. Hi, Anna. I asked already, but you skipped my question. I understand fully and don't mind, but I'll try again. Anna, I'm sorry if I skipped your question. I went back and looked and still not there. Matter of fact, I went back 6 months to all my Q&As. Didn't see a single question from you. And when you have a channel like mine, where you make videos and people comment, I can touch on your thumbnail, your icon there, and it shows me every comment you've ever made on my channel. There's only 3, and this is the only one that's a question and the only one that's on a Q&A. So I don't know where your question is. Maybe it got deleted. It happens sometimes. But thanks for asking again, Anna. Would you consider talking more about the perspective of non-borderline and non-narcissist, the neurotypical perspective? As a borderline who's in treatment for years, I agree with you on many points, and I'm trying to understand more. I don't take accountability for many of my past actions, and I want to. That's why I'm asking. I think that's a really good question, and yes, I could do that, Anna. I can't just dive into it right now. Maybe you can give me scenarios. Like I was asking the last person that wanted me to make videos on the general topic, mother siblings. Give me scenarios. At the very least, I'll answer it right in the Q&A. But make sure that when you ask me questions that you want me to answer in a Q&A, it's on the very last Q&A video made. So right now, today, it would be this one. This just came out today. June 10th? Monday. So this would be the one to ask me questions on until the next week's comes out. Okay? I would definitely do that. I've done that before. I do that, actually. I think I do that quite a bit. kind of a compare and contrast, right? This is what would be a healthy person that would do, and this is what a toxic person would do. So any specific examples, ask me. At the very least, I'll answer them in the Q&A, or I'll make entire videos about it. Like I said, I can always use more content, guys. I start to run out of stuff, and I start to make things up. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Anna, if I missed your question, but I still don't see it anywhere. Ruth from the United Kingdom. Hi, Ruth. Thanks for telling me where you are. Everybody leave your locations, please. Love the shirt. Red suits you. Please don't go back to black. Amy Winehouse. I did. I got too many comments. I got somebody that freaked out because my shirt said rodeo on it. Then they said it's the most narcissistic thing you could ever possibly imagine. I don't think that's the most. I think there's much greater. But yeah, so I'll probably just stick to black because I don't want people to be distracted by specifically you or someone's comments. Okay. After 20 years with a probable NPD person, if not a class twat, or both, I have finally met an authentic guy, but I can't let myself trust him. I imagine this is common, but how do I overcome this? You know, it's a famous quote. The only way to trust someone is trust someone. And I always get confused or forget who that's from. And I've actually forgotten, had help. I think Rory, I think you told me who it was. And it was I think it was a president, a U.S. president who said that. Not James Garfield. Oh, I remember now. I can't remember the name though. I thought it might have been his wife. Anyway, I didn't say this. Someone did. Sorry, I can't remember who. The only way to trust someone is to trust someone. But we need to learn to trust ourselves. Yeah? What does that mean? Know what you're doing. You met an authentic guy. Sounds like you want a long-term relationship, and possibly this might be the one. Yeah? So if we can learn from our mistakes and from our negative experiences, and we know why that happened, and maybe we fixed or changed something about ourselves, and then we know how to have success in relationships, we have a little bit more confidence, more encouragement to try. My best advice is take your time and take this very slow to get to know him. Don't be rushed by a fear that you'll put this guy off, that he won't be interested anymore. That's not someone seeking a long-term relationship either, right? Okay? If I only want long-term relationships, I go incredibly slow. I go slower than anybody I've ever heard on my channel. The things I hear on my channel about people who think they go slow, like have sex on the third date, stuff like that, they're like, oh, I live by a rule. You know, I wait 3 times till I see him and have sex. Yeah, that stuff's absurd. I go just 100 times longer, 100 times slower to get to know someone. That will help relax you. Take some pressure off. So don't tell him everything about yourself right away. Don't ask him everything about himself right away. Don't let him, if you have children, you don't need to meet your children right away, or your family, or all your friends, or even come to your house or have sex. And vice versa. You don't need to meet go to his house, have sex. Just keep it real simple, Ruth, for a while, until it's comfortable. I don't think first dates are that comfortable, right? It's kind of awkward. We're strangers. We just kind of want to make sure that we're both, I want to make sure that you're comfortable. You want to make sure I'm comfortable. We don't really know each other. We're not connected yet and all this stuff. And then over a course of a few dates, weeks, months, we start to get more comfortable around each other and stuff. Just enjoy that. Okay? And just keep going slow. There's no pressure. There shouldn't be pressure on a relationship to always advance. Yeah? I mean, after a few years, someone wants to get married, sure. After being married for a few years, you want a child. I get that. But just the meeting, the first year, the first few months, maybe you're not even committed yet. Make sure that when you do commit, that both of you know that and agree that we're committed and there's nobody else. Stuff like this. Just go slow. Don't see each other every day. Wait longer. You'll be looking forward to it more. That'll help you trust. Do something for them. Sacrifice, compromise, give. And if it's reciprocated, you'll trust them more. If not, maybe you shouldn't. Just go slow. Go by how you feel. Okay, Ruth? You don't have to do anything. If you want to trust them, you want to be in a relationship with this person, then you'll just go slow. Okay? Irina Cha Tryan 3345, don't know where you're from. Please give us your locations, please. If you at least ask a question, tell us where you're from. How online bullying is connected to the bullying on the bus. I like your videos and thank you for sharing all this. But, I love the buts. I like your videos, but, well, can't you just like them and? It sounds like you don't like them with a but. It's like, I'm sorry, but that means I'm not sorry. I can say I'm sorry and this. Okay, I like your videos, but about the online bullying, honestly, I don't agree. So online bullying is okay for you. Got it. Online, if I post anything to an adult that I don't agree with, they already close my Instagram account. So if you just say I don't agree with you, you told someone on a video on Instagram you don't agree with them, and you got your Instagram account closed. Nope. That didn't happen. That did not happen. I don't believe you. Anybody else believe you? Believe her? I don't know if it's a female. I think it might. Irina. Who believes that? To say you don't agree with someone, you got your account closed. That didn't happen. Those aren't the words you used. You might have not agreed with them, but that's not what you said. Because you do not get any account closed anywhere. Never heard of that. Never. And of all the filth that I see all day long, and I get thrown at me, and they never get in any trouble at all. On Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, you name it. Never heard of that. I don't believe it. But anyway, just my opinion. Bullying in school, bullying on the bus, etc., must stop. But, there's the but again. Your petition says online bullying. That's why people don't support. Well, you can't speak for anyone else. You can speak for yourself. That's why you won't support it, because you believe online bullying is okay. Got it. That's why you got your Instagram account closed, because you were bullying them. Yeah. Anybody else think anything different than that? Pretty easy to arrive at that conclusion. You said it. You said it. You said, I got my Instagram account closed for a comment you left on someone else's video, and you don't support the petition that's against online bullying because you want to keep doing it. And you try to say that's why people don't support. You can't speak for anybody else but yourself. So we'll just use I. But your petition says online bullying. That's why I don't support it. Online, we already don't have free speech. Online, we don't already have free speech. If that was true, then there wouldn't be bullying. So the difference is there is no difference. There is no difference where we bully. It's bullying. Whether I bully you at church, bully you on the job, bully you on the bus, bully you on school, or bully you online. You tell me what the difference is. I'm saying there's no difference. Right? I call it online bullying, and I'll tell you why in a second. But you tell me what the difference is. It's free speech if it's online. Well, why isn't it free speech at school? Why isn't it free speech on the bus? Why isn't it free speech at work? So my petition isn't to pass legislation. It doesn't say that. It's not aimed at that. There already are laws against this. It's to and force people to enforce them, to be accountable and responsible. That's it. There is no difference. But I'll tell you this, there's no children that are being severely bullied that it's just at school anymore. Show me. Show me a kid who's just being bullied at school but not online. They're all being bullied online. Matter of fact, Sammy, a couple weeks ago, took his life, 10-year-old, even after he took his own life, even after that, all the kids kept bullying him online. They stomped all over his grave because him killing himself wasn't good enough for them. They want more. And they bullied him online, and it's still okay. It's on there. And it was okay to bully him at school. It was okay to bully him on the bus. And it was okay to bully him online. We have to use the internet today. The only alternative is stay off the internet. Well, aren't people, I mean, it's almost a right now, isn't it? That you have the right to be online like everybody else. Commenting on someone's post, saying something nasty to them, that's free speech. I'm not against that. I am so for free speech, it's not even funny. This country is a constitutional republic, and I 100% protect and stand by the Constitution. The First Amendment, and even the Second Amendment might even be more important, and that's to protect our First Amendment. I don't want to take people's rights away. I just want to allow people to have the right to live, the right to peace, the right to privacy, the right to work. Here's what I wrote. Here's the comment or the reply I gave to you. I hope people don't do to you what has been done to so many others. Sounds like nobody has. Or people that you love, if you love anyone. The school bus is kid stuff to what people do online. Your naivety is understandable, but please realize you may not understand the severity of online bullying. It is the leading cause of suicide for young people now. It's the #1 cause of suicide for young people, not just children, just young people. But you won't sign a petition that wants to stop it. There's nothing in my petition that says or wants to take away your rights. It's to protect the rights of others. Please show compassion and not judgment with this issue. And just accept that even if you believe you have not been directly affected by this, that so many others have. Please reconsider signing the petition. You will still be allowed to leave any kind of message on someone's public account for all to see. And I think you don't understand the difference. I don't think you do. Bullying online is constant. It would be you on my videos every day, and I'm blocking you, and you find different channels, because this is what's happened to me for about 7 to 8 years now. One person, constant, attacking me on my different social medias, my website, trying to find people in my personal life, making up fake people from my personal life, gathering a huge following of other people to make videos and lies, and then it affects my life, my peace, my privacy, and my work. Do I have a right to these things, or are you protecting the right of the bully who wants to continue to do this for years until I take my life? Because that's what they want. They want me to take my life so they can stomp all over my grave and say I won. Because of all these useful idiots that I used. People like you. Thanks for your opinion. Please reconsider signing the petition. If you want to keep harassing people online and protecting that, keep doing it. I hope you are not protected. I hope that your right that you believe that you have to harass people and bully people, and that you want others to do it too, I hope that is taken away from you and you are stopped. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of the Q&A videos. Thank you very much for your questions. I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Please give examples of things and ask questions. And if you support my message at all, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, share it, hit the notification bell. I have other videos and content that I put out almost every day. And most of all, love yourself first, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.